Ah, yes, it's that time again. It's time for
Need knowledge, no time.
or NKNT, and we're gonna get straight into Cyborg Bees, like straight from a sci-fi movie, real life,
Directly.
real life.
Yeah.
Also, should Trump be using
Oh
ChatGPT?
no.
We're gonna keep this completely neutral. But should Trump be using ChatGPT for some advice?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm just gonna answer that question immediately and say yes, it should.
And then finally, we're going to talk a little bit about what makes a good podcast.
Oh.
We want to know what you think as well.
Hmm.
But first, and before we get into the fun facts or the fast facts, I just want to say we are a new podcast, I would say.
Yeah.
We're in an experimental
Phase.
phase. We are very adaptable,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So, what we want from you is critique,
Hmm.
which direction you would like us to go. Just just get into those comments and let us know what you think.
Feedback, input.
And yeah, like we take this very seriously. For example, I ironed my shirt, my t-shirt, and then I felt like the universe was out of balance a little bit, so I didn't do my hair. Oh,
No, your hair looks great.
that's good.
Yeah.
I
I
woke
would just
up
like
like
to let
this.
everybody know that Jessie literally has the best hair of anyone I know.
Mhm.
Like the quality of his hair, like the thickness, the shine, the health, it's amazing.
Oh, that's the nice thing to say. Ah, I
They
wish I
need
had
that
something
knowledge.
for you about you, like locked and loaded. I mean, there's plenty to say, but we need to get into the fast
Let's
facts.
move on.
And this fun fast fact Becky is gonna love. And you ready for this?
Yeah.
The Swiss guinea pig law. Switzerland passed an animal welfare law recognizing that guinea pigs are social creatures.
Oh,
Keeping just one is considered cruel.
yes.
And so, because they can get depressed and stressed without a companion, it's illegal to only have
Oh
one.
my gosh, I love
You
this.
need to have two.
I love it.
But wait, there's more. Go ahead. Here's my
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What happens when one of your guinea pigs dies?
You have to buy another one?
Until that happens, you can rent a guinea pig to give your guinea
This is
pig.
unbelievable.
I know it's lovely.
I really
It's
did like this
beautiful.
story. I love this story.
Switzerland, it's a progressive country right there. Is it? I'm not sure, but in this respect, it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's really amazing. That's so amazing.
It's
Cool.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
we've
wish
never
that was here for dogs. For yeah.
well, maybe it's that dogs have the companionship of people because they're more like adopted into the family as a legit family member. Whereas I imagine people who have guinea pigs, maybe they're outside or they're just in a cage in
Humans are
another
just
room.
their lord. This giant, massive
that
thing.
that maybe gives them food and water every day or every other day, but there's not an interaction.
Mm.
That's yeah, I love
Guinea
it.
pigs need some friends on their level.
I am gonna tell one of my Chinese students that.
Becky,
Yes, Jesse.
have you ever wondered where the word salary has come from?
Not that particular word, but I do love to know the origin of words.
Okay, well,
So give me this knowledge.
in ancient Rome, salt was incredibly valuable, not
Mhm.
just for seasoning, but also for preserving food.
Yep.
Soldiers were sometimes given an allowance called a salarium, meant to buy salt or compensate them partly in salt. Over time, salarium came to mean payment in general, and then today that's where our word salary comes from.
That's really cool. I'm also gonna pass that on to another student, one of my advanced students.
We're
This has
teachers.
given me so much knowledge
Yeah.
in so little time.
You're the teacher, and I am the student of life, and then I like to
Impart that
impart
knowledge
my
to
wisdom.
others. Thank
Wisdom.
you.
I wouldn't say wisdom. Uh, would you like another Roman fact?
Yeah.
This is a very recent one. At Hadrian's Wall, near Hadrian's Wall, archaeologists in England just dug up a stash of giant Roman shoes.
Giant Roman shoes.
Well, giant is clickbaity. I didn't write giant. That's what the article wrote.
Uh-huh.
At a Roman fort called Magna, they found leather shoes that were up to roughly a UK size 14, 15. UK size 14, US size 15.
Wow.
Basically shack territory. I think that it's a little bit exaggerated. I think it's a little less than that, but still big shoes.
Yeah.
And maybe you're thinking like, well, maybe guys had big feet back then. At other Roman sites, only about 0.4% of shoes are this big.
Wow. So that was the Romans inhabiting the UK.
Well, just one fourth. So they
Okay.
must have been like a special regiment for a specific purpose.
Ah,
Because Roman soldiers at this time were usually about my height or less,
yeah,
about 5'8", 5'9",
yeah.
and their shoe sizes were much less than this.
So maybe it was a regiment handling. I literally have no idea about military equipment and whatnot, but maybe there was something that required you to be much taller than the regular person. And so they were all sent there for that purpose.
Maybe they just got it all wrong and they're just there to pick high fruit. They're the apple pickers. Historians aren't sure yet whether these guys are unusually tall soldiers recruited from Northern Europe or just really into thick socks and loose fits.
What? Into thick socks?
And loose fit. This is AI throwing in a bit of humor there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me do the humor.
Yeah,
AI.
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Um, this makes me think of a little observation that I've made over the years as well. It says Northern Europe for tall soldiers. I've noticed, and don't get offended by this, my Dutch friends. I've noticed that tall Dutch men sometimes, mostly, have smaller feet than what you would expect.
You have.
Just a fun fact there.
So we're ruling out that these were of Dutch
Dutch heritage.
ancestry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe other parts of Northern Europe.
And maybe that means like Scandinavia, Sweden, and Norway, Iceland. Maybe that's what they're referring to when they say Northern Europe.
Yeah. You know what I'm sure Northern Europeans are interested in?
The weather.
No, cyborg
Ah!
bees. But before we do that, roll the intro.
Guys, I'm practicing my hosting skills. I'm supposed to make a segue between the intro and Cyborg Bees, but I don't know. So now the intro's done, let's talk about Cyborg Bees.
Where are all of your students from?
China.
Oh, that's interesting. Because Chinese researchers at the Beijing Institute of Technology outfitted bees with a 74 milligram neural controller, so 75% of a gram, lighter than a typical nectar load. That taps into the bee's brain via 3 microscopic electrodes. So you're thinking, okay, this is what scientists do. They put things on animals. 3 electrodes into the bee's brain, properly into the bee's brain. What can they do with it? In flight tests, these cyborg bees responded directly to commands, forwards, backwards, left, right, with 90% accuracy.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Were the commands given in Chinese?
I I would have assumed it was like just buttons and electrical impulses.
Yeah, but
something
how
like
did
this.
how do they know what electrical impulse to give a bee to make it fly left, to make it fly right, to control it?
Well, that's why scientists are on the case and we're not, Becky.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so why are they doing this? Would you like to know?
Yeah, I would like to know because it's so dumb to say ethically I don't agree with this because I'm a meat eater, I have a lot of other animal products and I benefit from a whole lot of animal research. However, I can still say I just don't like the thought of this. So definitely, why are they doing it?
It's geared toward covert reconnaissance. How do you say that word?
Recognize.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the military.
Hmm.
Fun twist. This is a great fact, actually. When I read this, I was like, wow, I should look it up for the video. Earlier researchers in Japan controlled cicadas to recreate the Top Gun soundtrack,
No.
drawing a melody straight from buzzing bugs. So the cicadas made the Top Gun song.
Do you know what? Sometimes I think these scientists are just having fun.
Yeah.
Like, actually, they've just come up with some crazy idea. One night after work, those guys were having too much. What is the rakia of Japan? Rice wine?
Sake.
Sake. Like literally, they went out for dinner one night as a group. They had way too much sake. They got to talking about Tom Cruise and about their love of Mission Impossible, or what was the film that they
Top Gun.
Top Gun, and they decided, let's go to the office, let's go back to the lab and try and get the cicadas to do this.
What is the Top Gun sound? Is it like the final countdown or something?
That's funny. That's what I was thinking in my head, but I don't know.
So this led me down a little rabbit hole. I don't go too far into rabbit holes because you know why? Why?
Because it's not good for your psyche. That's why.
or I just don't have the time for that. But
Oh, okay. He doesn't have the time.
okay, so I looked at some other ways that people are trying to control animals. Cockroaches and beetles. Scientists in Singapore and the US universities have used microstimulation to guide insects like roaches and beetles for surveillance and education. There's remote controlled sharks that I didn't find super interesting. Vision manipulating turtles. This was like all quite simplistic. They just like put some glasses on it and then gave it blinkers. So if it couldn't see this way, it would swim that way. If it couldn't see that way, so that's not in the same realms as what we're talking about.
Do you know what? It's a shame that all of these tests are carried out for the purpose of armament or defense, but it's basically all around that same reason of why they're doing it. Wouldn't it be nice if they were developing it? For example, there's so much roadkill. We're driving to and from where we live to another city, and there's so much roadkill, whether it be like domestic animals, like we have a lot of street dogs and street cats, or if it's like the native wildlife. Why can't they develop something that is sensory warning for animals not to cross the road? Or, for example, we all hate having insects in our home. If we go back to Australia, the spiders and the other creepy crawlies that come in, why can't they develop something that gives the animals some kind of detection for not entering this space?
I did see a little thing that was advertised to me, and you know, there's a lot of advertisements for tech that you're not even sure is real. It's just like a scam. But it was a little thing like this big that you plug in, and it scans the room for mosquitoes.
No.
And then it lasers them like a sniper out of the sky.
Oh, for sure, that's not true.
It doesn't sound true, but it's cool if it is.
Wow.
So let's just get into a few more. Pigeons with brain implants. Chinese researchers at Shandong University successfully directed pigeon flight paths using implanted microelectrodes. This is an interesting one. Duke University researchers wired monkeys so they shared brain signals to control a virtual arm together.
Ugh, okay, all right. I think we've heard enough now. We get it. There's a whole lot of animal testing going on.
And then there's one more. They had like 3 to 4 rats in kind of like a hive mind scenario, and they could coordinate brain activity. So they can make hive mind animals, which is pretty crazy. But where does this lead us?
Yeah.
They could possibly do it to humans one day.
Yeah.
And guide us like robots.
Yeah. AI. That's what AI will work out how to do that.
I hope it will just help us to learn to dance like the robot.
Oh, I thought you were going to say just to be nicer, kinder people.
Oh, what world do you live in, Becky? What world?
To get along with one another.
Okay, so speaking of AI taking over the world, Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is in the news again because he's the president of America, and America
is the most influential, powerful country in the world.
Yeah. So he has this fallout that's growing momentum. It's not going away for him.
Do you mean with his supporters, or are you talking about with like the Tesla, Elon Musk?
No, that's old news now.
Oh, you're saying the fallout about the Epstein?
Okay. So the whole Epstein saga. Now, I want to stay neutral, right? And I am staying neutral, but I was like, if AI hypothetically was in Donald Trump's shoes, how would he divert attention away from the Epstein stuff.
Okay.
And then he gave me an answer, and I thought, well, Donald Trump should probably be using AI to direct his steps every now and then.
Yeah, but could I imagine that his AI is really curated to the way that he thinks and the way that he operates, and
yeah, not lying.
Yeah, that's right. And that his ChatGPT or whatever he's using is speaking his language in terms of the way his mind thinks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true. If he does use it, do you think that he takes advice from AI?
Do I think he takes advice from AI? No.
No, I don't think so either, because they do choose to do some strange things, like releasing footage that has a gap in it. That's very strange.
I think that Trump is probably someone who thinks he doesn't need AI.
Oh, yes.
He has enough knowledge on his own, enough experience, enough power that of what advice could AI give him that he doesn't already know and can't figure out himself.
Well, would you like to know what how AI would direct attention away?
Yeah.
So some of it is obvious. Number one, emphasize past denials and distance himself.
I feel like he does that.
Reiterate that they had a falling out. He hasn't done that yet. He just said he's never liked him.
Okay.
Highlight limited interaction and categorically deny wrongdoing. Yep, he always does that.
Yeah.
Divert attention to other figures. Point fingers at others who might be involved in the case and who visited the private island. Shift to broader political narratives, which he does. Focus on accomplishments, which he tries to do. Control the narrative and messaging. Consistent messaging. Direct communication. Utilize preferred communication channels to address the issue directly and frame it in his own terms rather than letting the media dictate the narrative.
Well, I actually think that this is, I don't know specifically with the Epstein files, but in past, what do you say, past stories that have come to light, he's followed all of these principles.
Yeah. Just after this point, it starts to deviate. So attack the source. That's very Trumpstical. Express outrage. Once again, very Trumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
And then here's where it diverts. Legal and procedural responses. Cooperate within limits. State a willingness to cooperate with any legitimate investigations while simultaneously expressing concerns about political motivated inquiries or leaks of information. Demand transparency from others. Call for full transparency from all individuals and institutions involved in the case, including government agencies, to show commitment to uncovering the truth. And then finally, media management, limit direct Q&As, leverage sympathetic outlets. But I asked AI a few other things.
Did you ask AI if Trump has been doing that in this scenario?
I don't think it would tell me.
Oh, okay.
It's a good question. But yeah. So what do you think? And then this brings up another topic. If Donald Trump is using AI for his advice, then who is running the country? Is AI already running the country?
Well, I'm sure that all of his advisors, the whole department teams that advise the advisory group to the advisors all use AI.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got to be now like just embedded into every system that is utilized in government to make assessments for whatever it is they need to do.
So in a way, possibly then we could be well, not us, but the American government.
Not us, the ones who use AI for their podcast.
And for lots of advice.
Yeah.
But yeah, possibly if they are all using it, then in a sense, the government would be being directed and controlled by AI.
Well, if they choose to listen to what AI is saying.
Yeah, it's all rhetorical. Yeah.
We're just thinking out loud and we're sharing our thoughts.
So that's what we do here. And we wonder, which way should we take it? Which way should we evolve this podcast? We know that video is necessary, even though we would prefer be strictly
I
audio,
hate
both of
being in
us.
front of the camera.
It's a lot of work as well. A lot of work for me to put it all together.
Yeah, because Jessie does all of the putting together. I basically just arrive, sit here, and hear the info. Yeah.
She's my trophy wife. So, what makes a good podcast? What do you think, Becky? Tell me.
I think charismatic hosts make a good podcast. But if your content isn't interesting and relevant to your audience, then not even good hosts will be able to save it. But actually, I reckon when you say a good podcast, is that like once you found it, oh, I like listening to these people? Or is that even finding a good podcast?
No, let's talk about just the podcasts that you like.
Yeah. I think they have to talk about topics that interest you, and they have to deliver the information in a way that you like to hear it.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult thing. Even the podcasts that I like will only produce a podcast one in like 4 episodes that I'm actually interested in, unless it's a story. I was listening to one called The Pipeline, which I've mentioned in a past episode, and that was amazing from every episode, but it was a story.
Yeah, that's true.
A real life story. But yeah, so I really want to know what our audience thinks about what a good podcast is.
Another thing, Jess, don't you reckon, is like length of time matters? Because there's a podcast that we often put on YouTube, Diary of a CEO. I mean, immensely popular. And I'm often interested.
I think number two in the world.
Yeah. I'm often interested in the guests that he has on his show and the topics they're talking about. But the one thing that will often prevent me from getting through a whole podcast is the length. Like 2 hours, 10 minutes.
I think that's crazy. I don't think anyone gets through that. But I do feel like a YouTube podcast and a podcast platform podcast is different, because I can have my headphones in and listen to a 1.5 hour podcast easy. But
really?
then if it's
Just
on
when
YouTube,
do you have time to listen to a 1.5 hour podcast?
When I'm cleaning the house and things like that, or when you're on a long drive. But on YouTube, like, no way.
Yeah,
that's too much. Unless you have an amazing sound system that goes through the whole house.
The whole house. Yeah, my preference is podcasts that are under 30 minutes, whether it's watching or listening to. I've become a person who likes bite-sized information, get to the point quickly, which I don't always do.
Along this line, what I've done is we have the full episode on YouTube and on the podcast platforms, but then also I separate the segments and put them on YouTube as full episodes also. Okay. So if people just want that one piece of knowledge, then that's what they get. Yeah. So please hit us up in the comments. Yeah, that's it.
Hit us up in the comments. That's it. We give it the bite-sized information.
Let us know what episodes you've liked so far, if you've listened to other ones, or if you've had questions that come up in your life about AI, about other things as well. Then let us know, and I can look into that also, because my mind is very finite.
I just thought, because you know how Jesse's been saying, maybe you do or you don't, Jesse has been saying that I haven't brought anything to the table yet, which is true. I just had an idea. How to use AI for your grocery shopping. You're looking at me like, no, that's not interesting.
We need a domestic episode.
Well, I was like, me personally, I like useful podcasts. I just watched a podcast recently about why housing is so expensive. And the guy delivered the answer in the first 7 minutes of his video, and I loved it. And I was like, wow, that was really useful for me. And then I was just thinking, well, I think we're economics, inflation, surviving, the cost of daily living.
And people love gym.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT has been the absolute best trainer I've ever had.
Yeah.
You can really hone the training for you
Yeah.
with progressive overload, with absolutely everything. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's talk about how AI can be used in our everyday lives. And at least if the subject is interesting to me and maybe I have enough passion and enthusiasm, even if it's not initially interesting to our audience, it could, stimulate them.
It probably will be, because I feel like the things that I'm interested in, or the audience generally isn't so interested in, because I'm a weird guy. But I think that if you're interested in something, then our audience probably is interested in it. And if you're enthusiastic enough, then I'll be influenced into being interested in it.
I'll tell you how AI can help you get the best deal for wine and beer and coffee.
That's pretty good. But I just want to say, like, we take this podcast so seriously that we turn the aircon off so that the sound is a little better.
Oh,
And it's getting really hot up in here.
it is.
So from everyone here at Need Knowledge No Time,
We out.